Hello, this is Robert Wieber, and I wanted to do my super quiz review for you today. And I'm going to try and go through all three of my questions in one video, so you won't have to, jump around from video to video, Miss Johnson. So I wanted to start with question 13. This is on quiz number 4, and this is my first attempt, and I'm going to cover question 13. And that reads, according to Rule 30 of the Tennessee Rules of Civil Procedure, if a party wants to depose a witness, what must the party do in advance of the deposition? The answer I gave for this quiz question, which as you can see I did get wrong, was A. And that answer is send a deposition notice to the deponent at least 30 days before the deposition. And the reason I believe that I got this question wrong, if we go up here, is I kind of was in a hurry because I felt like I was wasting too much time on the quiz. And I think if I had a better grasp, I guess, or understanding of all the rules, I probably could have went through the quiz a lot faster than I actually did. The time was kind of adequate, an hour and a half. I think it was okay. But anyway, I did struggle a little bit with it. But anyway, beside the point, under Rule 30.01, what I read, if the plaintiff seeks to take a deposition prior to the expiration of 30 days after service of the summons and complaint upon any defendant or service made. So I took that, I read that real quick. I was trying to flip through the rules, and I saw that there, and I thought really that that was the actual quiz answer for question 13. And going back and reviewing, I realized actually the correct answer is under Rule 30.02, and it's under subsection 1. A party desiring to take the deposition of any person upon oral examination shall give notice in writing to every other party to the action. The notice shall be served on other parties at least 5 days before the deposition. So the correct answer actually for, I believe the correct answer for this is actually B. They would need to send a deposition notice to all parties to the litigation at least 5 days before the deposition. I believe that would be the correct answer for this quiz question. Moving on to the next quiz, and I believe that was, quiz 3, and I was going to review the local rules here. Sorry, I didn't write any notes. Where is it? Oh, quiz question 7. I do apologize about that. I'm going to cover quiz question 7 on quiz 3. I believe this is my first attempt, and the question reads, under Tennessee Rules of Civil Procedure Part 40 requires local Tennessee courts to provide by rule for the setting of cases for trial. What local rule satisfies this requirement for civil cases in Anderson County? Please type the specific rule number. No need to include parenthetical subparts. And the answer that I gave to this question was just Rule 118. And going back, I kind of realized that I did just the Rule 118, which says setting cases for trial and continuances. That is basically there's because of it says no need to include parenthetical subparts, I kind of took that as meaning that it was just a general rule, whatever rule covers setting a case for trial. Um, so that kind of confused me. Is what I thought at the time, and I realized that I believe the correct answer is Rule 118.01, methods for setting uh, cases for trial. It is in, it agrees with Rule 40 for the Tennessee Rules of Civil Procedure. And did I bring that up? And the court shall provide the rule for setting of cases of trial, A, without request of the parties, upon notice parties, and upon request of a party notice to other parties. And we can see in the local rules it's talking about agreement of counsel, consultation with the court secretary, by motion of the court, by docket sending, sounding in circuit court cases, and by court with notice to counsel. Oh, excuse me. So that, to me, it sounds very similar to the Tennessee Rules of Civil Procedure, in that the court has the right to set the case for trial under certain parameters, and that Rule 118.01 of Anderson County gives those specific parameters to where how the court can set a case for trial. So I believe 118.01 should have been the correct answer, and like I said, because of the not putting in the subparts, I just assumed that what the correct answer would be the general rule, which is Rule 118, which is the answer that I gave that was incorrect. So I'm going to move on to the next, the last quiz question that I wanted to cover, and I believe that is quiz 1 was my first attempt, and I wanted to cover for you question 10, and that says, according to Tennessee Rules of Civil Procedure, Rule 5 or Part 5, when a party is served by mail, at what point is that service considered complete? And the answer I gave was answer C, upon actual receipt by the intended recipient. And if we look at the rules here, the reason why I kind of made that mistake is under Rule 5.02 service, it says delivery of a copy within the rule means handing it to the attorney or to the party. That meant to me that's the completion at which the service is given. That it was my understanding that it has to be given directly to the person. I made the assumption if it was mailed, it has to be received by the person, and the person has to return a receipt saying that I received the notice, or if it be sent by certified mail, there would be a return receipt to the court signed by the person saying that they received the actual documents. It wouldn't just be, oh, we dropped it in the mail, okay, service is complete, and they should show up in court. There's really no way of proving that the person actually received that document. And according to Rule 5.02, delivery of a copy within the rule means handing it to the attorney or to the party. So that was my understanding there. But now I understand that under Rule 5.02, if I probably had read a little bit more, it says service by mail is complete upon mailing. So, like I said, it's a little bit confusing because it's to me it kind of contradicts itself. It's saying you have to hand the document to the person, but if you mail it, it's complete upon you mailing it out to the person. So that kind of to me contradicts the actual rule. And you know, my answer to that was upon actual receipt by the intended recipient, which was my understanding. But the correct answer would be B, which would be according to the rule. Uh, the rule it would be upon mailing. So the correct answer would be B for this quiz question number 10 on attempt 1 for quiz 1. And that's my quiz review for today. I apologize, I'm not a little bit more organized. It is the last day of class, and I I'll be honest with you, a little bit burned out with having a newborn here at the house and trying to take the class. So I'm hoping going forward into next semester I can get a little bit more organized, but I doubt if that's going to happen. But I appreciate you listening, and I hope I made some sense, of course. And everyone, please enjoy your break and take care.